Inside Out is the third album by the American pop band The Association and was released in June 1967 on Warner Bros. Records. It was the band's first album release for the Warner Bros. Label and it became one of the top-selling LPs of the year in America, peaking at number 8 on the Billboard Top LPs chart and being certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America in December 1967. The album's success was largely attributable to the inclusion of the US hits Windy and Never My Love, which reached number 1 and number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart respectively and were among the most played records on AM radio during the late 1960s. However, the album was less successful outside of North America and failed to chart in the United Kingdom. Inside Out was the first Association album to feature new guitarist and vocalist Larry Ramos, who joined the band just prior to the album recording sessions, as a replacement for departed lead guitarist Jules Alexander. The album also saw the Association working with record producer and recording engineer Bones Howe for the first time. Howe, who had previously worked with the Mamas and the Papas and the Turtles, was brought in by the band's manager and Warner Bros. Records in an attempt to steer the group in a more commercial direction. As a result of Howe's focus on obtaining a radio-friendly sound, the Association ceded much of the instrumental playing on Inside Out to a team of top LA session musicians, including drummer Hal Blaine, bassist Joe Osborn, keyboardist Larry Knechtel, guitarist Al Casey, and guitarist-sitarist Mike Deasy. The group also elected to record some songs written by non-band members for Inside Out, in stark contrast to their previous album Renaissance, on which the band had written and performed all of their own music. Inside Out saw the band mixing their textured vocal harmonies with an eclectic blend of influences, including baroque pop, folk rock, sunshine pop, psychedelia and even elements of garage punk. Along with the hit singles Windy and Never My Love, standout tracks on the album include P.F. Sloan's Reflective on a Quiet Night, the Adresi Brothers' Happiness Is, and the band originals We Love Us, When Love Comes to Me, and Requiem for the Masses. The latter song in particular was an ambitious and somber piece written by multi-instrumentalist Terry Kirkman, featuring layered Latin vocals and recounting the story of a matador dying alone in the bull ring, miles away from his home. As such, the song was intended by Kirkman to strike parallels with the plight of U.S. soldiers serving in the Vietnam War and to function as a veiled protest against the conflict. Reception and reissues. Music critic Matthew Weiner, writing for Stylus magazine, has described Inside Out and its follow-up Birthday as minor classics in the late 60s pop genre, while music historian Richie Unterberger viewed the album, within the context of the Association's back catalogue, as characteristically eclectic. In his review for the AllMusic website, Bruce Adair has described Inside Out as an enjoyable folk rock album, but also noted that the LP was recorded somewhat in the shadow of Harper's Bazaar's experimental Feelin' Groovy single. Inside Out has been reissued a number of times on CD, including a remastered edition of the album in its standard stereo configuration on Collector's Choice Music in 2003 and as a Japanese release on Warner Bros. In 2005, with the addition of 2 bonus tracks. In 2011, Inside Out was reissued in a deluxe CD package by Cherry Red Records, featuring the original mono mix of the album and multiple bonus tracks. Track listing, references.